Welcome to the contact screen within Styck. On this screen here, you'll find the ability to add companies to Styck, add additional people to Styck, and generally just be able to see all your contacts. Now, as you add contacts progressively through the system in different areas, they'll all end up here in this one global list. Just to give you an overview of the layout, on the left-hand side, you've got a couple of filtering options there. And on the right-hand side, you've got your action buttons there where you can do things like add a company. Then, of course, you've got your list view here. A contact that is blue, that is actually your own company. So your own company will be blue. And you can obviously click on any of these to open them up in a side panel. You also have two reporting options here as well. So you can download PDF and Excel contact reports. Now, to add a company to Styck, we're just clicking on Add Company here to open up that side panel. And in this side panel, we're just entering the company name. There's an ABN option as well. Now, that is optional, so you don't need to have an ABN number to add a contact to Styck. There's address details, a phone number, a website, a contact details there for the contact person. With Styck, we require a name and an email address in order to save someone. There's a notes area you can add attachments, and you're just clicking Add Company to add that person to your contacts list. With contacts, we don't choose whether they're a contractor or a client or anything like that. Basically, a contact in the Styck will be available for use in any way you'd like to use them. You can also remove contacts in Styck. So on the left-hand side here, I've got these checkboxes. As I select them, over here on the right-hand side, you'll see a remove button there that's lit up with the number 3. I can click on that to remove those contacts, so I can remove multiple at once. Now, when you remove a contact, you won't disturb the history for that contact. So if you had purchase orders, for example, used for that contact in the past, that will remain, all those purchase orders. It just means you can't use that contact again going forwards. And you would, if you had to get them in there again, you just have to simply add them again. Within contacts, on the left-hand side, we've got this status column where you can see not verified is listed beside all these companies. Now, the verification process in Styck revolves around the ABN numbers. So basically, when I click on Add Company here, you can see I've got this Search and Verify ABN section. When I enter a company name or an ABN, I can use this as Search and Verify as it's connected to the ABR register, and you can actually look up a company's ABN number, confirm it's them, and accept them. And what it will do there, it will verify that contact. The reason to verify is Styck, when sending out of the platform, uses the ABN numbers to create profiles for the other users. So, for example, if you're sending like a contract or a claim out of Styck, it's creating a profile on the other end using that ABN number, and that person receiving it only has to use that one login, always just based on the ABN number. So you don't need to use an ABN number when adding a contact. Like it's an optional feature. But if you do use it, it's for the sake of being able to send things out that platform, because that's how Styck interacts with the companies on the other side. Within contacts, you can also add additional people to an existing contact. The middle column here, called contacts, displays the number of contacts already existing for a company, and the list allows you to click on that to open up in a side panel to view the people within that company. Here you have a couple of options. You can tick the boxes here beside people here to remove them, or you can click on Add Person here, where you can add an additional person to a company. Again, you just need the name and the email address, and then if you click Add Person, that will add them to that company. You can import contacts to Styck too using this Import from Excel button. So when you click on that button, what it'll do, it'll allow you to select either an Excel or a CSV file that'll have your contacts in there. By selecting that and importing it into Styck, it'll bring your contacts in. So basically those spreadsheets, you want the columns there to match sort of the columns that Styck is using. And the basics that you're looking for is the company names, a person like a contact name, and an email address. If you've got those details in your spreadsheet, they'll import to Styck. And when you do import, you will get any error messages as well. So if the import fails for any reason, we will tell you and explain why it did fail. When it comes to integrations, there's two parts to the way Styck works here. For accounting platforms such as Xero Mob, we're actually sending contacts from Styck out to those platforms. And the way that works with existing contacts in Zero Mob is that if the names are identical, so for example, the way I have Ace Developments written there, as long as that's written the same way in Mob or Zero, the name's like recorded the same there, then it won't create a duplicate. Like Styck will and Zero and Mob will recognize that it's the same contact, and that's how they talk to each other based on that company name. If the names slightly vary, you may end up with a duplicate in those platforms that you may have to merge or figure out. The other integration we have as well is with BuildPass, and this is the one that works in a different sense. This is where you're able to import contacts from BuildPass. So we have this import from BuildPass there, and when you click on that button, what that'll do is it'll look in BuildPass for any new contacts that are on your contact list and help you sync them in. Now, for more information on any of those integrations, please check out our videos specifically looking at the individual integrations. And if you have any questions or need a hand with anything, just get in touch and contact us through support. Thanks for watching.